Okay, so my appointment and everything is set for my Saline sonogram. I don't know the exact date, but that Tuesday I was supposed to have my sonogram done, and so that Thursday, the day before Good Friday, that's when it was. So that Thursday, I got a phone call, and it was Portsmouth Medical, and they were like, Miss Shelton, I was just calling to let you know that we had to cancel your saline sonogram because the doctor who was supposed to be doing it went into labor. So I'm like, oh, okay, that's fine, but what am I supposed to do now? And they were like, oh, you can call down to radiology and see if they'll do it for you. Have a good day. And I'm like, no, wait, before you hang up, what do I do if I can't get it done? And they were like, oh, well, just wait till next month. It's no big deal. And I'm like, well, ma'am, I apologize. You might not, be reading my chart, but it's a very big deal because if we don't have this done this month, we are not going to be admitted into the IVF cycle. And she was like, well, I'm sorry, call down to radiology. I called down to radiology, and they were like, I let them know the doctor went into labor. I had an appointment set already. Is there any way they can squeeze me in? So then, they asked me what day of my cycle was. It was day 8. They were like, well, if you have to have it done between day 7 and 12, we can't do it for you because we don't have anything all next week. And I was like, well, can you put me on the waiting list in case somebody cancels? And she was like, no, I don't think you understand. We're not doing them at all next week. So nobody would even have the opportunity to cancel. So I hang up the phone. And I call back to Portsmouth, upstairs to the to the infertility clinic, and I let them know, well, radiology has no appointments. Is there a way that you can, put in a referral for an outside doctor so I can go outside TRICARE? Because usually if TRICARE doesn't have anything available, then they send you to an outside doctor. Well, all this time I'm talking to the secretary, because the secretary does most of the stuff until you get in. So she's like, hold on, let me put you on the phone with the nurse. So I get on the phone with the nurse, who, let me just say, is one of the rudest people I have ever dealt with in my life. And to be a nurse, I feel like you need to be a compassionate person. And if you're not a compassionate person, you need to be a bullshitter. Because it doesn't matter what you truly think about me or what you think about your patients. It matters what you make them think you think. So bullshit me if you don't care. Let me get back. So I get on the phone with Karen. At first I was like, I'm not going to say any names, but at this point I really don't care. So I get on the phone with her, and she's like, well, it's nothing that we can do. If you would have showed up to your appointment in December, then we wouldn't be having this problem. And I'm like, whoa. Pump your brakes. The first off, I canceled my appointment in December because my husband was scheduled for deployment in July. It would make absolutely no sense for me to come in December. First of all, I didn't have a saline sonogram scheduled in December. I had a consultation. For all the military people, you understand, with TRICARE, before you can do anything, you have to go in and sit down with the doctor, and then they put your referral in, and then you go. It's a long process. So my appointment that I had in December was to talk to the OBGYN so that she could put in referrals where I needed to go. Even if I would have gone to the appointment in December, I would not have completed any of the tests because I'm tired of putting my body through unnecessary tests when we're not going through the process. So back to Karen. She was like, well, you should have just came in December. And then we wouldn't be having this problem. So I was like, well, I canceled my appointment in December. She was like, well, I think you had a no-show. No-show, cancel, whatever, it doesn't matter. If you would have came in December, you wouldn't be going through this. Now you waiting to the last minute trying to rush, and it ain't nothing we could do for you. So I don't know, you just have to wait till next month. And I'm not exaggerating. This is how she was talking to me. So I was like, okay, can you call the doctor so that I can see if she will put in a referral for me? Well, she ain't going to put in a referral for you. She going to tell you the same thing. You should have showed up in December. So I was like, can you just try, please? Well, she's in surgery for the rest of the day, and she's going to be in surgery tomorrow. Tomorrow being Good Friday. Tuesday being my final day to do this. So I'll leave her a note, but I don't know if she's going to be able to get back to you. So I'm like, okay, fine. Can I just go to an outside doctor and pay for it myself? Well, you can do that if you want to. I don't care. You go ahead and do it. I hang up the phone. So I call another well-known fertility clinic here in Virginia. And they were like, yeah, well, to have the procedure done, you know, it's $1,100. So I'm like, okay. $1,100 is not a lot to a lot of people. But after you have paid for IVF, we broke. Okay, we have no extra money to give anybody. So at that point, I was just like, you know what? I'm discouraged. Honestly, at that point, the devil had defeated me. I got on the phone, I called DeWitt, and I told him, you know, wait. I wasn't going to mention anything until we got home, but I called him on my lunch break, and, because the whole time I was on the phone, he kept calling my desk, and I wasn't answering, because it was my lunchtime. So I called him on my lunch break, and I was like, you know, hey, babe, how you doing? And he was like, what's wrong with you? And I was like, nothing is wrong with me. And he was like, bullshit, something is wrong with you, Ashley. I could hear it in your voice. And I was like, no, but we're not going to be able to do IVF. And then I just bust out crying. So he was like, you know, tell me what happened. And then I told him everything that I just told y'all.